Hello, everyone. We're the Continuity Crew. I'm Will.
I'm Dom.
That's, I was going to say, that's Vin Diesel. No, that's Win. And today, we've got a big feature film podcast for y'all. And we're talking about F9, the FAST Saga, which is such a stupid title. That's like the official title.
I didn't know that.
Like Fate of the Furious, that's cool.
Yeah. Well, they already also did Fast 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're just reusing the titles, which is kind of lame.
But it's not even Fast 9, it's F9.
It shouldn't even be a Fast and Furious movie.
It's a chess move. F9.
F9? Yeah.
Yeah, Queen to F9. But yeah, we're gonna talk about this movie, and probably roast it. Spoiler for the next 20-30 minutes. It's we're very. I think we're on the same page on this one. So
All of us.
everyone. We went and saw it in IMAX. I went and saw it in IMAX 1.5 times because I left in the
Second viewing.
The second viewing, yeah, and for a good reason too. I mean, we went and saw it with my sister and one of her friends, and they left.
They left.
Middle. They're like,
They bolted. They're like,
yeah.
sucks.
My sister was like, it sucks. I'm like, we're gonna leave. I'm like, okay. And she says, I said, I'm gonna hold it against you because I paid for your ticket. And she's like, I don't care. I'm leaving. So, but story plot.
No one gives a shit.
Jacob is Dom's brother.
Yep.
And he bad guy because
Dom
because
wanted him to leave.
He lives in the shadow of Dom or whatever.
Yeah.
And then
like every
Cypher's there. She's been in some of the other movies, so that's cool.
She was in, I think, just 8, 7
Wasn't
or 8.
she in Hobbs and Shaw?
I don't remember.
I think so. I think she like the one who enlisted Idris Elba.
Oh yeah.
And then like, but there's even the
Black Superman.
And then there's the bigger bad voice or something.
Yeah.
But yeah. And then what else? What they talk about family, and it's a crazy wild ride. It honestly felt like a roller coaster. Like I'm like, this is like one of those rides where you sit down and don't move, but the seats move. So it's like, well, it's 4D. Yeah.
IMAX.
Yeah. So
or like some of the rides in Universal.
Yeah, exactly. It was what I thought about it a lot.
Have you seen the Fast and Furious ride in Universal?
I've heard.
God awful. So bad. Yeah, like the movie.
Like the movie.
Yep. The cast is back. Same people. Dom, Letty, Tyrese Gibson's character. I can never remember his name. And then Ludacris's character's name. I can also.
And
Stroy.
No. God, what's his name?
I can't remember their name.
It starts with like an M, I think.
Yeah.
No, Roman,
and
yeah. It's Tez.
Yeah.
Tez.
And then the hacker chick.
Ramsey.
Yeah. I guess. Yeah, they're back. They're in the same
back.
shenanigan.
Han's back.
Han's back. Some of the other characters from Tokyo Drift came back.
Which I wish they used more. That was like one of my only things I was like legitimately excited about.
Yeah.
And they're like, they've got 2 scenes. And that's
and like they kind of did something really stupid with them. No drifting or anything like that. We don't see them like be like the drift kings or running the streets of Tokyo, which what happened left. Yeah. God.
Yeah, we've come a long way from Tokyo Drift though, and so
we have. And also the Han thing, like
a stretch, dude. I don't think it's gonna stop, and like they've passed the threshold of reality, and the audience is
went
gonna
to space, so yeah.
Yeah, spoiler, like they legitimately went into space, Tez and Roman, so that's something.
What's great about this movie is that there was a scene where Dom was fighting 50 bodyguards or whatever, or guards or security people.
Legitimate is like 20, but like even still, one guy.
That was still a lot.
Still fighting like 20 dudes, and
it's in the same tunnel where not Superman, but Justice League went.
Yeah,
to find Steppenwolf.
Yeah, they did look like that. It also reminded me of God, I forgot. What movie? Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought of at first. Both DC though.
Yeah. Man, these movies are declining in quality.
So yeah, I mean, I thought about we kind of talked about this right as we got out. So Fast 7 is pretty ridiculous. There's some pretty crazy stuff in there, and I mean even down to 5. Like I think in 5,
5 is when it starts.
When
losing
Dom like catches Letty with his car, and they did that a lot in this one.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't catch her with a car. He like catches her like midair after she gets flung.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, it's crazy, but it's like a cool stunt looking thing, and you'll question it if you think about it hard enough. But also, it's like that was cool. Yeah. And then 6, 7, same spiel. Like they're crazy.
Same level of
then 8, it's just they're like, okay, we're really leaning into it, like for sure now. Yeah. Like, and I mean, even into Hobbs and Shaw, it's like they're superhuman. So, and then this one. It's just past the threshold, man. They
just don't care.
They're like at the line with Fast 8 and Hobbs and Shaw, and then they said we're gonna do this and become self-aware. There's way too many self-aware comments in this movie. It's funny. I enjoyed it. It's probably the only thing I enjoyed because I'm like, haha.
I hated it.
I mean, I hated it too, but I enjoyed it. It was a lot.
So it's one of those things where it's like, if they focused more on a good movie, they could probably make a joke like that and make it sincere. But this time it was just kind of like, these movies are stupid, so we're just gonna say it's stupid.
The good version of this movie is Mission Impossible 6. Like Mission Impossible does this crazy stuff. It's maybe not as ridiculous, but it still does some pretty.
But like the thing about Mission Impossible is that for some reason they've been so grounded all this time.
Yeah.
Like it's so bizarre because
it's definitely gone up to keep the audience's focus. But
this versus Mission Impossible is so much better. This is coming from a car guy. I love the cars in this movie.
Yeah, I mean, even well, that's one thing. Every time I watch a new Fast and Furious, I'm like into cars for a week or two. Yeah. I'm like, cars are cool. And then like this one did not do that for me at all.
No, there wasn't that many assortment. I mean, Dom drove the same Charger for the entire movie. There was one time where he didn't, or there was a couple times where he didn't. But like throughout the movie, it was the same one. It was like, it felt like a commercial for that company. And I actually do know who they are. They make this like custom Chargers and cool.
Yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, I don't know. It wasn't Dom, that car that he had, the magnet car.
Yeah.
That he drove throughout the entire time.
Yeah,
It didn't feel like Dom because what Dom drives is like crazy V8s, can do drag race, and can do wheelies and shit. He didn't do that. He didn't do that this time.
I mean, what's next, man, for the Fast and Furious? Like, what? I mean,
I don't even want to guess.
Because they already said they're going to space in the next one. They went to space in this one, like we were saying.
Yeah.
But what's next? I mean, the director has said like
underwater. That's
true. Jurassic Park crossover. I mean, that had been mentioned. I don't know if they'll actually. Maybe. I think once the saga ends or whatever. Also, this was called the Fast Saga, F9, the Fast Saga, which is okay. Is this the end?
Yeah.
Like that makes it sound like it's the end, but we have 2 movies left, so I don't know.
Yeah.
What
there's 2? No, there isn't. Yeah, there is. Yeah, there's 11. 2. Yeah. Oh man, I don't know how they're gonna do the next few movies.
Yeah. What's the saying? It's like, live long enough as the hero, and then like you become the villain. Yeah, that's kind of this.
Yeah. Oh, the thing about these movies is that like they like to sell it. They like to sell the fact that we like to up our game. We like to make the audience feel surprised, and it's like no one is surprised. No one gives a shit about what you're gonna do.
Yeah, the stunts and the like action scenes in this weren't very good.
No,
like there was nothing like. That was really cool. Like cars falling out of an airplane. That's cool.
Cars falling out of the parking garage. That was sick.
I mean, even it's a stretch too. Like the Dubai stunt. That's cool. Like, it's. I think they went way like the magnets. Nobody's ever seen a magnet that strong, so we can't really connect with it. But we know what the towers are, the Khalif or whatever, and we know what a cool looking car is, and so it's like, oh yeah, okay, it drove through. That's crazy, but okay, it makes sense. But we've never seen two cars flip over a massive truck. No. So
the thing is, like in action stuff, like there's this thing with where how people will connect with the action scenes. That's the fact that people can connect with it because there's stakes. But the thing about these characters is that they're basically invincible, and there's this, what is it, suspension of disbelief or something like that, where
and
if you have
kind of like the Uncanny Valley type.
Yeah,
stuff.
It's something similar to Uncanny Valley. It's just the fact that when you have characters that have stakes and that might actually die, then you'll probably be more invested into scenes. But this movie had none of that. This movie was just low effort, low quality. They literally just had a checklist, and they basically did the same things as the previous movies where, okay, yeah, we need to have cars, we need to have drag racing in each movies. And then they somehow put it into the movie, and that's it. That's the checklist for the movies.
And even that, like the
family,
man. They didn't say it as much as I thought they would.
No, they didn't.
I got like the second viewing, I was like an hour in, and they hadn't said it yet.
No.
I think they said like 4 or 5 times.
I think they said 5.
It's
surprising.
Yeah.
I think they got memed out. They were like, we can't do that anymore. This is coming from a car guy who loves cars and a film guy who loves movies. This movie was so disappointingly bad. It was. It's sad,
man.
It
sits at like a 5 point something on IMDb.
Man.
I'm not surprised. I mean, there's the typical like moviegoer who will like, oh, that was fun, and like they won't realize it sucked.
Like literally, we went from drug trafficking. We went from
smuggling stuff, like,
stealing.
Well, let's work out how do we get here?
How did we get here?
Smuggling, drug trafficking.
No, it started with
drag racing.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson showing up.
I know, but then like then we're drifting in Tokyo. Then we've got like
drugs,
Letty, and like dying, all her stuff, like dying and all that. Then we're gonna steal a safe out of a thing, which is actually really that's probably one of my favorites. Like Fast 5.
I love that sequence.
Yeah, and it's so cool too.
Like I think for me after Fast 5, it was done.
Well, and I think the only thing, dude, I don't know if I can. No, wait, 6 is Paul Walker. No, that's 7. What happened in 6?
This is Fast 5. 6 was when what's his name showed up. English dude.
Statham, yeah.
No,
but
before
his
that.
brother.
Yeah, his brother, yeah. And then Statham, and then Han is dead. No.
I saw one clip. I think it's from 7, where The Rock like flexes his cast off.
Oh yeah.
Oh god, that scene, that's so funny. It's stupid, but it's The Rock, and it's just funny, and it kind of works in a weird way. While this didn't have any of that intrigue whatsoever.
That was 7, yeah. No, this movie, you can't. The thing is, there's no pauses for these movies, because like in previous movies, it was always like, okay, they got a little bit of time to be able to think.
Yeah.
In this one, they were just like, okay, we'll go fight it.
Yeah, let's have 2 minutes of dialogue nobody cares about because you didn't make us care about it. I mean, the entire time watching it both times, I was like, me and Wayne could write this movie, and probably better too. Like it felt like a bunch of one-liners, a bunch of little. It's the checklist, like you were saying.
Scene happens.
Yeah, and typically I disagree with you when you say that about movies like the checklist, but this one, this is one I think we're on the same page on.
Literally, like the only reason why they had that scene where Dom and Jacob like drag raced was probably because it was in the checklist, and they didn't know how to incorporate it to this movie.
Or like Letty and his sister talking in Japan. Like I remember, like it seemed like. I said everyone was crinkling their bags of candy because nobody cared.
Nobody gave a shit in the viewing. They just kind of like talked over it.
Oh, it was even worse in the other one. I bet it, and I didn't even stay for the whole thing. There were so many scenes I wanted to stay to see the other guys react to, but oh man, I couldn't. I probably would have, but I had to get up at 5. So
to make it, I guess in this movie now, like to have made it. Here's something that I didn't notice. Paul mentioned that it was what, Georgia.
Yeah,
I didn't even know that. I didn't even pay attention to that.
Well, they did. I don't. He may have said one line to include that, or they may have said, I don't know. That I didn't pick that up at all. I was wondering that the entire time where the scummy rich guy was from.
Yeah.
But otherwise,
or why do we even care about him?
Yeah, I do like. Okay, I'm gonna say some pros. Cypher's character coming back and being this bad guy. I mean, it's not done well. No, I agree.
I
but
hated her.
It's like, at least they're setting something up. This movie sucked, but maybe I'll care that they set her up even more in the next one. I don't know.
She was just all type of cringe, man. I don't.
Oh,
like
she
that
was.
character. She's like
not her character, just what they did in the end.
No, in the beginning, from the beginning, she was always this like cringy, like superpower, and it's like, why?
And then
these are we literally went from, Paul Walker giving Dom a 10-second car to Cypher hacking everybody, trying to destroy the world,
and then somewhere in between there, the Rock's in there, you know.
Yeah,
I did. So spoiler alert, we've kind of stayed away for the most part, but I did like the post-credit scene. That was kind of cool. I think that might be setting up a Hobbs and Shaw too.
Oh with
with Han. Yeah, Jason Statham's beating up this dude, and then Han shows up at the door, and Statham's like, "Oh my god!" And so I could definitely see maybe they do
Han and Shaw.
Hobbs, Han, and Shaw.
Yeah,
they do some bullshit like that.
They have the 3 dudes who are.
Very diverse
memorable.
cast there, I guess.
Yeah. There's only literally one thing that I liked about this movie, or maybe 2, and that was like the end of it, where Paul Walker shows up.
Yeah, that I did like
with a GTR. I thought that was really cute, and then Dom's car, and that's about it.
Yeah. Overall, though, it's pretty shit.
Also, the kid that plays Dom, it's like
yeah, he was trying a little too hard to be Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
I think the casting was pretty okay. Like I could tell like what they were going for, but also I was saying this earlier that Vin Diesel's just bald, so he's looked the same age for like 30 years. So
he had hair at one point.
Yeah.
Sadly, we're never gonna see that again.
It's like Bruce Willis, you know.
This movie, I don't think this movie deserves. I didn't have fun watching this movie at all. We didn't even get to that. I was just the entire time was like, stop.
I will say, so for the most part, I didn't feel the watch time. At least personally, it was 2 hours and like 30 minutes. But personally, I didn't really feel the full watch time. So
I didn't either, but I was just cringing the whole time.
Yeah, it was a lot of like, oh god.
There were times also that people were laughing at some of the jokes, and it's like, I don't really think that was really funny.
I don't think that was that funny. Yeah.
No, it wasn't.
I'd agree. Second viewing, I was like, man, that was tough.
Yeah, there was this girl that was sitting next to Blake. I didn't know that that's our seat because I thought the whole COVID spacing thing was the thing.
Yeah.
So Blake was right there, and I could hear this girl just like laughing and like clapping and like making noises and shit. And, like, I get it.
To each their own, yeah.
Yeah, I get it. If you had fun, that's great. But this movie was painful to watch, and this is not something that I could watch twice.
No, we got to see it in 4D.
Yeah. Just to see how
because I think it'll typically, like I say, that it's better to watch the movie and then go see it in 4D just so you get the feel and then you're like experienced with the movie. But this one, I think we should have just saw it in 4D first.
Yeah, I know. It would have probably been more elevated and probably a whole lot better.
Yeah, a little bit better at least. Yeah. But yeah. Overall though, it's a piece of shit. Like I'm not even gonna go to the plot through the plot. Essentially Cypher and the rich guy turn on Jacob, John Cena's character, and they become family. And John Cena,
who would have seen that coming? John Cena and Dom. Wow.
And that's not even like done well either. Like they're like his turn back to the good, I guess. I mean, kind of. So
yeah. The thing about this movie is that they really have a big problem with like killing off characters and then bringing them back in some stupid way. Yeah. For example, like Letty being forgettable or forgetful or something like that, and apparently Mr. Nobody or Letty was working for Mr. Nobody.
Yeah, and same with Han.
Yeah, and then like it wasn't like whatever. I'm just not gonna go through it.
Let's we'll wrap this one up. It's not. I recommend go see it with a bunch of friends. Not a by yourself movie. I'm glad we went and saw it.
The biggest car franchise or movie car franchise in the world just ruined it for me. And that's the only car franchise that I've ever liked. Well,
I do think it'll make $100 million, like you said.
Yeah. Sadly.
Yeah. I mean, unless word gets out quick that it's shit, and then that might take away from the box office.
Maybe.
But overall, we'll give it a rating out of 10.
I had high hopes for this movie.
I'm going to give it, after a second viewing, I bumped it down like a point. Definitely like a 2.5.
Wow.
Yeah.
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 Enjoyment, I'll give it like a 5, which is not what I wanted from this movie at all. I wanted like at least a 7 to be satisfied with the ridiculousness.
Bodyguard was better than this.
Yeah. Enjoyment wise, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because it's, I don't know, man. It's something.
It felt like a very long sketch.
It did.
For a movie. It felt like an SNL sketch that just like went on for too long and high budget.
Yeah, but
it wasn't funny.
It wasn't. Yeah, I agree.
It was like, to sum it up, this movie is every action movie that shouldn't be every action movie, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it was like a spoof of
what Fast and Furious was.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. It feels like one of the scary movies or whatever, but on Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
But it's actually in the franchise, so it's like not.
I'm pretty sure Roman and Tej would have been arrested.
I know.
For illegally going there, but whatever.
Yeah. Well. It is what it is, man.
If you like this movie, good for you.
Yeah. I mean, teach their own, like I was saying. Different strokes for different folks.
Did you see them do the handoff to John Cena with the Supra?
Oh, yeah.
That's what that was, because Brotherhood. Because, like, Paul Walker's dead now, and they were like, well, we need the handoff kind of thing. So they gave John Cena a Supra.
I don't really I like the ending scene with Paul Walker, like, or inferring his characters there. I don't like how they kind of kept assuring us throughout the movie that, oh, he's still alive. He's with the kids. Like, I didn't like that.
I didn't either.
If they just had done that one scene at the very end and that was the only reference, that would have been good.
Yeah.
And say the kids are with, like, a nanny or something. I don't know. So, or just do it differently. But anyways, that's many of the problems that we had. And those, we listed a few there. Go see it with some friends if you want. If you're interested at all, I guess. But that's been a review for Fast 9.
They should have had Paul Walker's brother.
Yeah.
Because, like, he keeps things alive. Like, he keeps his brother. Because, like, I think his name is Tom or something like that. He has his Paul Walker's Foundation. He still runs it, and he even goes to this like YouTubers like places or YouTube channel, and he just hangs out with them. Like the Soonigan, like recently they did one with him, and it was about his Paul Walker's truck in the beginning of Fast and Furious.
Yeah,
and like, why didn't they just get him?
I don't know, man. It's what we got.
I guess you just don't get the same feeling or atmosphere that Paul Walker had in these movies, where he's like, his charisma is like, well, you listen, Dom, we got to do this.
Well, it's all about family. Just say Brian had a twin brother.
Yeah, I mean, Jacob's introduced, so why is that not a stretch?
Yeah, that's true. Just out of respect, probably, but still.
I get it, but like, you know, when I listen, doesn't even make sense that he was in the FBI too.
I know.
Because like he went to Miami, he got arrested basically, he did some illegal shit, and then I guess he did good to the FBI, and I guess he didn't take some time, and then he just goes to the FBI and just become an FBI agent chasing after illegal drugs. And
what a movie,
man. I don't know this franchise anymore.
Well, we'll wrap this up though. Neither do I. I thought I had my finger on it. I think everyone did, and then this one was just ass.
Yeah.
But yeah, we've been the Continuity Crew. Like if you enjoyed, comment down below. What's your favorite Fast and Furious movie? I'd say probably 5 or Tokyo Drift for me.
First one or
and
Tokyo
the first
Drift.
one is when they were based in somewhat reality.
When it was just about like hot girls, hot guys, and hot cars.
Yep. And then subscribe if you want to see more like this. Thank y'all for watching. We've been the Continuity Crew. I already said that. Thank y'all for watching. We love movies. We love y'all. And we'll see y'all in the next one.
I know what was missing in this movie. Culture. They've always had some sort of culture. Because like in the first one, they had the Japanese culture. That was the JDM scene. And the muscle car scene.
Dictator's son from Georgia. There's your culture.
That's not. In Tokyo Drift, they had Japanese culture. Like Japanese people and Japanese Tokyo drifting. And then they had Spanish culture in what? The fifth one, the fourth one. And then 6 or 7, I guess English people counts as culture.
Yeah.
I don't know. They had that, and they had some sort of basis in reality. And then Fate the Furious, it was just them flying as super secret agents. Also, what is whatever. I'm just gonna.
Yeah.
Is there anything else? I'm sick and tired of this movie.
I know. No.